Hello, dear students. Good afternoon, everyone. How's the preparation for CMAT going on? I hope it is going on in full swing. So, today we are going to take up some important topics in your verbal ability section. I hope you are ready. You are already aware about the syllabus. You get reading comprehension, then there are questions on parajumbles, idioms and phrases, word meanings, one word substitution, synonyms and antonyms. There are spotting errors. There are some errors in the sentences that you have to find out. Then you have to correct the given sentence as well. And there are grammar and vocabulary based questions. And recently, some foreign language words have also come into picture. Especially in the previous year, we have seen that there has been a question on the foreign language words. So that also we are going to take up in a nutshell today. So what are you waiting for? Let's start with the session. You know, dear students, that there is a lot of emphasis on the idiomatic phrases. What are idiomatic expressions? Idiomatic expressions actually lend a beauty to the language. They make the meaning more implicit, more lovely, and you find that the actual words which are given in that idioms have a different meaning when the complete idiom is corrected, or you mean to say, I mean to say, when it is made into a phrase, then the meaning gets changed, and it is very interesting. Let's see which are the questions. So what you have to do is, in this question you have to select the most appropriate option. Let us take up question 1. What is the meaning of to leave someone in the lurch? And this question has appeared in the previous years. This is a previous year question, so pay attention. But the meaning is very simple. To leave someone in the lurch. Is it A option, to help someone in difficulties? Is it option B, to leave someone to his fate? Fate means destiny. Fate means to leave a person to his own fortune. He has to fend for himself. He has to fight for himself. And the third option is to respect someone. The fourth option is to make someone comfortable. The right answer is option A. To leave someone in the lurch means to leave somebody in a condition where he is left for himself. We are not extending any support to that person. So we are leaving him in the lurch. To leave in the lurch. Pay attention. How do you remember this? There are two L sounds, L sounds, leave and lurch. In this way, you can remember that the meaning here is to leave someone to his fate. Look at this second question, a prima facie case. Prima facie is a foreign language word. We'll come to it in the latter half of the video, so stick on, don't go away. A prima facie case is as it seems at first sight. Prima and facie. It means at the first instant, whatever looks like, that is the prima facie case. B option, as it turns out to be at the end, no, it is not what it turns out to be at the end. As it were made to seem at first, is it made to seem? Now here there is a little, trick involved here. As it seems or as it is made to seem. There's a difference between the two. They look same, but they are actually different. And a number of hearings, I mean, as it seems to the court after a number of hearings. No, it is actually as it seems at first sight. So the correct option, the correct answer is for the prima facie case is as it seems at the first sight. Isn't it interesting? It's very interesting. It just needs some attention, some involvement, and you are good to go. Look at the third question. The different forms to fill for a driving license are, the person says, the author says that he has to fill many forms in order to obtain a driving license. So how does he find that experience? As a pain in the neck. It's a pain in the neck. As a flash in the pain. Is it the last laugh or is it a slap in the face? It also appeared in one of the previous year question papers, and the meaning is a pain in the neck means something very uncomfortable, to give a lot of discomfort to somebody, and this can be used for not only events but also people. Somebody can be a pain in my neck, right? And what is the meaning? This is another idiomatic expression, a flash in the pan. Though it is not the answer, but I would like to take it up with you. A flash in the pan is a sudden success. A person who does not have the caliber, who does not have that sort of level or integrity or maybe the aptitude, but he got successful at something suddenly. So that is called a flash in the pan. And A slap in the face is again very clear. And the last laugh is again an idiomatic expression, but it does not have this meaning, right? So let's see which are the other questions which you find in these among these questions. Next is the lion's share. Now, lion's share, what is the lion's share? This also appeared in one of the previous year question papers. Is it an adequate part? Adequate means sufficient, enough. Is it adequate part? Is it sufficient? Look at option B. Is it a lesser part, less than, or is it a larger part, or is it none of these? The answer is larger part. Lion's share is the larger part of any share, of any bounty, of any gift. Lion's share. Remember, lion. How do you remember this? Lion is understood to be the king of the jungle, and whatever the king wants, he gets, right? So you can relate it in this way that a lion's share is actually the larger part of any gift or any bounty or any share, right? Now, next, once in a blue moon. Once in a blue moon. Now here you find the usage. This also appeared in one of the previous year question papers of CMAT. Once in a blue moon, the options are as follows. I go to school every day once in a blue moon. Next, she is lucky. She misses school only once in a blue moon. Next, Sunday comes once in a blue moon. Last, Indian festivals are celebrated once in a blue moon. So the actual meaning of once in a blue moon is something which is very rare to occur, something which happens very rarely. That is why it is called once in a blue moon. So you find that you can easily cancel out option D. Indian festivals are celebrated once in a blue moon. That is not the case because Indian festivals keep coming every month or maybe the next. Then Sunday comes once in a blue moon. It is inappropriate comparison. This does not go well with the meaning of the idiom. Then look at this one. I go to school every day. Now look at option A and B. I go to school every day once in a blue moon, and she is lucky. She misses school only once in a blue moon. So if you compare these both, you find that here you get the better usage of the idiomatic phrase. In sentence B, she is lucky. She misses school only once in a blue moon means she only remains absent once in a while, not every day. It is not a regular affair. It does not happen on a day-to-day basis. But once, maybe if she is not well, she misses school. So I hope this is clear. Now take up the next question. Stir up a hornet's nest. To stir up is to cause something to get into an upheaval, into a state of unrest, into a state of commotion or confusion, right? So what are the options? Let us examine the options. A, to create trouble. B, to quicken an action, to make an action faster. Then C, to destroy home and settlements, to destroy home and other settlements, to mix the good and the bad. Dear students, the correct option is the first one, to create trouble. To stir up a hornet's nest means to cause a situation to get worsened, to get the situation troublesome, to make something more troubled. So this is the meaning. To stir up a hornet's nest is to create trouble, or you can say to invite trouble, right? Coming to the next question, to keep an open house. This question also appeared in the last year, wherein it took the form of a sentence. She keeps an open house on a particular day. Okay, so to keep an open house, what are the options? Let us check these options one after the other. To welcome a selected group of people, right? To welcome not everyone, but a selected group of people. Second, keep the doors of the house open. Then welcome everyone. And D, open all the doors and windows. Now the literal meaning, as I said, the idiomatic phrase, it changes its meaning once all the words are assembled. So here the literal meaning could be, if you just take it in the very literal manner, if you just pay attention on the words, you may think that it is to maybe to keep the doors of the house open, or maybe to keep all the doors and the windows open. No, this is not the answer. The real answer, the correct answer is welcome everyone. To keep an open house is welcome everyone. You might have come across this term large-heartedly, or to welcome somebody with open arms, right? So from there you can take the connotation open House means to welcome everyone, irrespective of the fact whether he is your friend or he is not among your friend, which is being shown by this first option, welcome a selected group of people. So it is not to welcome a selected group of people, rather it is to welcome everyone large-heartedly or with open arms. Take the next one, reinventing the wheel. Now the wheel is supposed to be, the invention of the wheel is supposed to be a groundbreaking invention, I must say, isn't it? Everything got changed after the wheel was invented. So now, what are the options? And look at the phrase, look at the idiom. Reinventing means to do it again. Invent the wheel again. Is there any fun? Is it any, is going to serve any purpose if we do the thing which has already been done by someone? Let's check the options. Waste time on unnecessary details. Repeating oneself, doing something that has already been done, waste time in imaginary things. Last year, the option had a sentence which said, we spoke about a teacher who did not want her students to reinvent the wheel. So the correct answer is doing something that has already been done. Instead of repeating that which has been done by somebody, why not to try something new, something creative, something different? This is at the core of this idiomatic expression. So, reinventing the wheel is doing something that has already been done, which doesn't serve any purpose, right? Next, a wet blanket. Now, if you look at the two words, wet and blanket, what kind of idea do you get? You get an idea that there is a blanket which has gotten wet. Okay. But does it happen in real life? Yes, it may happen. Literally anything can happen, right? But then what is the idiomatic phrase telling us about? Let us pay attention to this. Is it a fun-loving person? Is it a fun-loving, a person who loves fun, who loves to enjoy? Or it's a grateful person? Is it a person who is thankful, who has a lot of gratitude for someone or something or some people? Or is it a person drenched in rain? Drenched in rain means he's soaked in rain. He's totally soaked in rain. He went out maybe and it started raining and his clothes became wet. Is this the meaning? The meaning is a person who spoils others' fun by being depressing. This person does not enjoy himself, neither does he allow the others to enjoy themselves. So he is a wet blanket. He does not like enjoying. He does not even like enjoying himself, nor does he like to see that others are enjoying something, some sport, some event, some feat, but he doesn't. So he has depression, he is sad, he is sorrowful. So what he's called? He's called a wet blanket, right? Coming to some more questions in this series. Look at this one. To upset the apple cart. Upset. To upset the apple cart. Is it to spoil plans? A option. Is it to push a cart? To push a cart, literal meaning, literally to push a cart. There is a cart and somebody has to push it. To make an apple pie. This is a sweet dish, this is a dessert. Does it mean to prepare a sweet dish or a dessert which is to be eaten after lunch or after dinner? Is it to hide the truth? Is it to hide the truth? No. Dear students, the first option is the correct answer. To upset the apple cart is to spoil the plans. The plan was made, any plan was made, but it has been changed completely. It has been spoiled, rather, it has been destroyed. So that is called to upset the apple cart. You might have also heard the phrase apple pie order. Everything should be in apple pie order. Means the order is to be maintained, right? The correct sequence of the things is to be maintained. Similarly, to upset the apple cart is to spoil the plans, right? Next, serpent under the flower. Everybody knows the meaning of flower. What is a serpent? Serpent is a snake. A serpent is a snake. So, who is a snake under the flower? Under the flower or under the bushes, right? A snake under the bushes, under the plants. What is that? Is it a hidden snake? This would be too literal, right? A hidden snake, a snake which is hidden underneath the flowers or underneath the bushes. Or is it an enemy posing as a friend? It's actually an enemy, but it is showing off. That person is showing off that he is an affectionate friend, that your good is at his heart. Or whether it is very attractive. Is it somebody who is very attractive, charming, or is it to be dubious? Dubious means Doubtful. The answer is an enemy posing as a friend. He is a serpent under the flower. Means outwardly he will show that he has your good at his heart. He is all friendly. He wants that you should benefit, that you should flourish in life, you should progress in life. But no, underneath he has evil plans. He does not want you to prosper, actually. So he is a snake, he is a serpent under the flower. So he is actually an enemy. An enemy posing as a friend, you can call it as a hidden enemy, right? Next, to have an old head on young shoulders. Now, see this contradiction. There is an old head on young shoulders. What does it mean? The shoulders are young, but the head is old. How is it possible? Let us see, as I said, that the figurative meaning is to be found out. We don't have to pay attention to the literal meaning, the verbal meaning, but what meaning is arrived at when all these words are combined in a proper order. So, does it mean to have gray hair? Now, gray hair means generally it is associated with old age. Is it to have gray hair? To be wise beyond one's years? Wise beyond one's years means a person is not so old, but then he has that sort of integrity, he has that sort of knowledge, he has that sort of experience, he has that sort of wisdom. So, is it that person? A braggart. Who is a braggart? Braggart is one who talks about himself. He keeps on just bragging about himself on and on. He goes on and on. Me, my, I, me, all this. This is called a braggart, right? And a person with too much responsibility. Or is it a person who is carrying many responsibilities all at one time? The answer to this is to be wise beyond one's years. He is beyond his years. He has that much of wisdom which would not be found in a young man generally. But he is old. He is not that old, but the wisdom which is associated with old age is found in this young person. So he is called to an old head. He is called an old head on young shoulders, right? Now let's find out some other questions. Next in the series, I would like to discuss with you the phrasal verbs. Here also you find a phrasal verb has a verb and a preposition, or maybe some other word. It can be an adverb, but the meaning changes. The regular meaning of that verb will be different, but when it is combined with a preposition or an adverb, the meaning changes. Let's see how. Let us examine these examples. First, breakdown. The original word is break. Break is the verb. Means now here I have added down. Break down. What does breakdown mean? Breakdown means to collapse. Look at the sentence. There was a breakdown in the powerhouse leading to the failure in the supply of electricity. Now, breakdown is a collapse. Breakdown in the powerhouse leading to the failure in the supply of electricity. You can well understand the meaning of this sentence. Dear students, the best way to understand an idiomatic expression is to use it in a sentence. When you use these words into sentences, they become your own and the meaning becomes very, very clear to you. Let's see this once again. Now, there was a failure in the supply of electricity. Why did it happen? Due to a breakdown in the powerhouse. So the breakdown happened, the collapse happened. Now it can happen with a vehicle also on the road. It can happen with a human being also all of a sudden if he or she collapses. Breakdown. Okay. Let's look at the next usage. Break into. Now here we have changed the preposition. It is break into, meaning to enter forcibly, to enter some place without invitation, without permission, but with force. Look at the sentence. A neighbor broke into my house last week. A neighbor broke into my house last week means without permission, that neighbor entered my house. Maybe he broke uh, the lock, or maybe he climbed through the wall, whatever, right? But this person, this neighbor, entered the house forcibly, without permission, without invitation, without information, even. Yes. Break news. Break news is to convey a news suddenly. All of a sudden, if some news is conveyed to you, generally it is good news. Generally it is positive news, right? Maybe the news of someone's promotion, maybe the news of a parents, the people, who are going to become parents, a couple who are going to become parents, such a news. or maybe some other, important event has happened in somebody's life, so that when it is conveyed suddenly to his near and dear ones, that is called breaking the news. Breaking news. I did not have the heart to break the news of his daughter's accident. Now, here you find that there is a negative in the sentence. What does it mean? I did not have the heart. To have the heart again is an idiomatic phrase which means to have the courage. To have the courage. So, this person does not have the courage to inform this lady or this man about the news of his daughter's accident. So it may also be used in a negative connotation as well. Generally, it is found that this is used, break news is generally used in the positive sense. You might have seen this meaning being used around yourselves, but it can also be used to some extent to inform about the news which is towards the negative side or which is a little sad towards the sadder side. Now, next, break out. So, break out means to spread. To spread. So, what is the sentence? Dengue fever has broken out in the town. It has spread in the town. Dengue fever has spread out in the town. It has spread. Many people have been affected by it, or many people have the infection. Get through. Now, the other verb which I have taken is get. Now, how does it change the meaning when it is joined with some other words? Get through. Get through is to pass, right? I finally got through my final examination means I passed my final examination. To get through is to pass the test or to pass the exam. Get through. Then get on. Look at the preposition on. It has come with get. To make progress. To make progress. For example, I am getting on with my new project. I am getting on with my new project means I'm making progress with my new project. Next, get rid. Rid. To be free from. Rid means to get rid of something, means to be free from something. See, I want to get rid of my bad habits. The sentence says the person who has written he or she wants to get rid of means to be free of his or her bad habits. So getting rid of somebody, it can be talked about any person also. It can be talked about a person's nature also. It can be talked about a habit like this. It has been informed. It has been mentioned in this sentence. Next, get up. Get up is to rise. Get up. We should get up early in the morning. We should get up early in the morning means we should rise every day early in the morning. It is said that early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Or it is an early bird that catches the worm. This also you must have heard. It is the early bird, it is the early bird which catches the worm. Which catches the worm means success comes to those who get up early in the morning. It's not as if the ones who keep on sleeping till late in the morning or till mid morning or afternoon, but the ones who get up. So it is said that to rise early, as I said, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. So get up means to rise. Look at the next phrasal verb. Look, look. The literal meaning of look is to see, look. But here, how the meaning has been changed. Let us examine. First one, look down upon is to scorn. To scorn means to have contempt, disregard. Scorn is disregard or contempt. To look down upon. So the sentence says, do not look down upon the poor, means do not disregard the poor, the ones who have not been blessed, who have not been blessed as much as you have been, don't look down upon them. So look down upon, don't look down upon the poor. Not to disregard, not to have any scorn, not to have any contempt for the poor. This is a teaching which is being given, a preaching which is being given through this sentence. Next, look forward to. Look forward to means to wait anxiously. Now, along with look, I have used forward. You might have used this phrase when you might have been, when you have written your formal letters or applications. So, and in the last, you might have, used this Look forward to meeting you. Like, I'm looking forward to your next visit means I'm eagerly waiting for your next visit. Look forward means to wait anxiously, to wait eagerly. This is also generally used in the positive sense. Look forward is also generally used in the positive sense. To look forward to means waiting for some event or some visit or some happening, like it has been mentioned in this sentence. Look after. Look after means to take care of. To take care of somebody. Look after. My son is mature enough to look after himself, or the parents look after their children. You might have heard this many times. Look after is to take care. So what happens when the different preposition or the adverb is added to this verb? You find that the meaning is changed. This is what we have to understand. Look for is to search. Look for. My nephew is looking for a new job. What are you looking for? I'm looking for my mobile phone. I cannot find it. I'm looking for my mobile phone. Look for means to search, is looking. My nephew is looking for. So look for is to search. Look after is to take care of. Look forward is to wait anxiously. And look down upon is to scorn. See how the meanings have been changed. Take the next one, put. The verb now is put. Let us see the different phrasal verbs which we have made with put. Put on. Put on is to wear. To put on is to wear. He put on his jacket and went out for a walk. Sohan put on his jacket and went out for a walk. Put on. Put on is to wear. Put by. Put by is to save. For example, my mother is putting by some money for future security. It is always a good advice to put by some money to keep for future use, to save something, to store something for future use. My mother is putting by some money for future use. So you find that if it is being used in the present tense, present continuous tense, I mean to say, the in form of the verb here as it is will be taken by the verb only and by will remain as it is. Okay. Next, put down. Put down is to suppress. India is struggling hard to put down terrorism, means to suppress, to control, to have a hold on. Put down upon is to suppress. India is struggling hard to put down terrorism. Put up with. Next, put up with is to tolerate. She could not put up with his rude behavior. Somebody was behaving very rudely. So this lady could not put up with means could not tolerate. She might have spoken to him, or she might have left, she might have gone away, or she might have left the job, whatever the situation demands in the context. So to put up with is to tolerate. She could not put up with his rude behavior. To put up is to tolerate. Next, run across. Now, run, this had come in the last year only. Run across, run down, run on, run into. Now, here you have to pay utmost attention to run across and run into. How? I'll tell you just now. Let us first take up run down. Run down is to criticize, to talk about somebody in a critical manner, to find out the faults or to find out the situations in which that person was not found up to the mark, it did not come up to the expectations. So to criticize somebody, that is to run down. So she is always running down her daughter. There is a lady who is always criticizing her daughter. Whatever the daughter seems to do, the mother does not find any satisfaction with that. She is always running down her daughter. Next, run on is to continue without stopping. Run on means to continue without stopping. The meeting will finish promptly. I don't want it to run on. Promptly means quickly, fast. Promptly it means quickly. The meeting will finish off quickly, promptly. I don't want it to run on. I don't want it to extend beyond time. I don't want it to continue unnecessarily without stopping. Now, as I said, run into and run across. Run into is to meet somebody by chance. When you run into somebody means you meet somebody. Maybe it's your friend, it's your old acquaintance, it's your old neighbor, relative, teacher, okay, student. See, guess who I ran into today? Guess who I ran into today means who I met by chance. The meeting was not planned, it happened all of a sudden, and the person is happy to inform, the person is full of appreciation of the fact that, or maybe the surprise element is being shown. Guess who I ran into today? And this one, run across, is to meet someone or find something by chance. Look at the example. I came across, or actually it means I ran across some old letters while I was clearing out a cupboard. While I was clearing out, I was clearing the clutter inside the cupboard drawer. What did I find? I found, or I came across, or I ran across some old letters. So run across is used both for things and people, and run into is used only for people. This is the difference. This is to be borne in mind. As I said, this question had appeared last year. Now, we all must take up many more phrasal verbs and more idiomatic phrases we should practice, because we never know what kind of question is going to appear in the exam. Now, as I said, the trend is now, it has been changed a little now. Last year, there were some foreign words questions also, foreign language words. You know that our English language has taken many words into the language. Many words have been adopted. First, let us take up this one more idiomatic a phrasal verb, hold, and then we'll come to the foreign words. Hold, hold. This is hold back, hold good, hold water, hold the stage. Hold the stage is to attract attention of the audience. Hold the stage means to captivate the audience by their performance. Okay, the audience is enthralled. So the sentence, Sony held the stage with her brilliant performance, means the audience was spellbound, was found totally overtaken or totally captured, totally captivated, I must say, by the performance of Sony. Hold water to be well grounded. Look at the sentence. Your lame excuse does not hold water, means it does not have any base, it does not have any ground. So I won't be able to have belief in it or have trust in it. Your lame excuse, again, this is an idiomatic phrase. Lame excuse means something like, an excuse which is actually not correct. It is not true. Jhoote bahane. In Hindi, you might have heard this word, jhoote bahane. So your lame excuse does not hold water, means I do not find any substance in your excuse, so it does not hold water. Next, hold good. Hold good is to remain valid. For example, your offer holds good for 2 days. Means after 2 days, the validity will expire and it will not hold good, means you cannot avail that offer, that benefit, that discount, that coupon, whatever is being talked about. So this offer will hold good only for 2 days, right? Hold good means to remain valid. Next, hold back. Hold back is to delay, to postpone intentionally. The plane was held back due to fog. There was extreme fog and there was lack of visibility, so the plane did not take off. Why? It was kept on, it was held back. The plane was held back. It was not allowed to fly owing to bad weather or bad weather conditions of fog and lack of visibility. Now, coming to foreign words, if you have heard these words before, well and good. If you haven't heard, then you make notes. And otherwise, also, I would suggest my students to take down these notes and to revise them on a regular basis, right? Take the first one, ab initio. Ab initio means from the beginning. Ab initio means from the very beginning, from the very start, ab initio. Ad hoc. Ad hoc is for a particular purpose. You might have heard of ad hoc employees. Ad hoc means they have been appointed for a particular purpose as opposed to permanent employees. Okay, ad hoc. Generally, in a hurry, we pronounce it as ad hoc, but it is actually ad hoc. Ad hoc means for a particular purpose. Then alter ego. Alter ego is your intimate friend. Alter ego means intimate friend, a very close friend or a bosom friend. You might have heard of this phrase as well. Bosom friend, the one who is very close to you, bosom friend. Apropos is with reference to. Apropos, if a mail has come or a letter has been received, now you are writing in reference. You are writing back in the response. So it means with reference to a purpose. Okay. Faux pas. Now look at the pronunciation Faux and PAS. It is pronounced faux pas. It means a social blunder. To commit a social mistake. Blunder is a mistake, social mistake. To commit a social blunder is called faux pas. Impromptu. Impromptu means unplanned. Generally, this word is used for speech. Impromptu speech, unplanned. All of a sudden, you might have heard of this word extempore. Some people call it extempore, but it is actually extempore. Extempore, you might have done in the school days. You know, you were given a small chit, and all of a sudden, you were asked to pick the chit from the bowl and to read the topic which is given and to speak maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, depending upon the competition. So I was telling you about impromptu. Impromptu means unplanned. All of a sudden, it has happened over there. In toto. In toto is entirely, completely, in toto. Inter alia, among other things. Inter alia means among other things. Look at some more words from foreign language. As I told you, many words have been taken into English language from Greek, Latin, French, Spanish, Sanskrit. Yes, many words have been taken, but those words have been changed. Now, these are certain words which retain their initial, spelling and pronunciation. Okay, so this has to be taken care of and they are used as it is. That is why it becomes all the more important for the students to take care of these words, to consider them seriously, and to understand their meanings. Magnum opus. Magnum opus is a great work of art or literature. Any great work of art, music, literature, any movie, any great performance, any creative work, magnum opus. Prima facie, this has already been taken up today itself in the very first, in the initial initial stage of the video, we have taken this up. Prima facie is on the first view. On the first view, prima facie. Generally, this word is used in the um, field of crime and investigation, prima facie. Then veni, vidi, vici. Veni, vidi, vici means I came, I saw, I conquered. I came, I saw, I conquered. Veni, vidi, vici. There are three terms together. Then vice versa. Vice versa means the terms being exchanged. Vice versa. The terms have been exchanged. Viva voce or viva voce. You might have taken this up in your practical exams at school. Oral examination. Oral examination is called viva voce or viva voce. Carpe diem. Carpe diem is a beautiful word which means seize the day. Seize the day means seize is to hold. Capture the day means make the utmost use of the day which has been given to you. Or it may also mean seize the moment which has been given to you. It is so precious. That is why it is called present. It talks about the importance of the present time. So, carpe diem. Next comes sine qua non, which means absolutely essential. Sine qua non means completely essential, which cannot be done away with, which is totally indispensable. It has to be there, absolutely essential. Resume. Resume, this is pronounced as resume. It means biodata summary. Now you have a similar word, resume. Resume is to continue. Resume is to continue from where you stopped. Okay, to begin again from where you stopped. That is resume. But this is resume. Look at the pronunciation. There's a slight change. Resume means biodata summary. You might have heard of all these words also. And as I said, make notes. And if you feel that all this information was worthwhile, then definitely you share this among your friends, among the students who need this kind of training, this kind of enrichment, some more practice. And if you really feel that there are certain topics wherein you need some more practice, some more clarification, some more focus, then do put in your comments. We at Supergrads from Top Rankers will be more than happy to work on those and to give you what you really need, because we always believe in the hand holding of our dear students. So all the best, stay tuned, and more such videos are coming up every day, and you just view, watch, and take the maximum use make it very, very profitable for you all. God bless you. All the best. Keep improving, keep studying.